Good morning once again. So today we're going to start our session on financial statements analysis. I hope you have with you the Excel file that we're going to use for today. Okay, so let's start first with a brief review of FS, financial statements. Okay, let me use my digital pen. Okay, we know, guys, from your previous studies that financial statements are the results of the accounting process. You have learned about accounting. You have learned about the process of accounting, and we know that the end product of the accounting process is to generate financial statements. Okay, so let's start first with the different types of financial statements. Anyone, please? So ano ba yung mga financial statements natin? Let's start here. FS. Financial statements. Can somebody please share with the class? Yes, thank you, Khalil. Okay, so we have first the balance sheet. Okay, thank you, Kai. Balance sheet, you have also the income statement. Okay, what else? Okay, Roy, thank you. Okay, sorry, ang bilis na. Roy, thank you. Pauline, thank you. Okay, let's start first with what Pauline said. Pauline mentioned statement of cash flows. That's correct. Statement of cash flows. Okay, then Roy and Kai. Okay, sorry, Christian and Pauline, you're correct. Tapos kay Roy and Kai, sabi nila, statement of changes in shareholders' equity. Okay, since we're going to use a corporation and not a sole proprietorship, we call it statement of changes in, not in owner's equity. Kasi ang owner's equity, okay yan, pag sole proprietorship, no? Since we're going to look into a corporation, it's shareholders apostrophe, no? S apostrophe kasi maraming shareholders. Shareholders equity. Okay? And lastly, guys, ano pa? May isa pa na hindi siya formal na na parang income statement o balance sheet, but they are very important. Kasama din siya sa balance sheet, sa income statement, and they are technically considered as part of the financial statements. Yes, thank you, Roy. Yeah, correct, Christian, thank you. They are notes to the financial statements. No? Notes to the financial statements. Okay, so these are the 5 financial statements. Okay, so let's take a look first at the balance sheet. Very quick review. Ano ba yung balance sheet, guys? What does the balance sheet tell us? Anyone? Ano ba yung binibigay sa atin ng balance sheet? Tells us of the financial, anong word to? Letter P or S? Financial blank or blank? Yes, thank you, Khalil. Thank you, Hans. It's financial position. It's financial position, or we can call it financial standing. At a what? At a, kailangan qualified dyan, no? Financial position. If you take a look at the, yes, thank you, Khalil, no? At a given point in time, okay? At, or given point in time or specific, pwedeng given then, point in time tayo, no? Okay, so we know that the balance sheet contains the financial position or financial standing of the company at a specific point in time. Ibig sabihin, kaya kung titignan yung balance sheet, no, as of December 31. As of December 31. So as of December 31, kung titignan natin assets, cash, na 1 million cash. Ibig sabihin nun, on December 31, as of December 31, ang cash natin, 1 million. The following day, January 1, pwedeng may iba na yun, no? Kasi syempre, pwedeng gumamit na ulit ng cash, etc. Okay? Bale, it's telling us at that specific point in time, ito yung cash balance, ito yung receivables balance, etc. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga ano ba yung mga components ng balance sheet? Sige, while we're here, discussion natin. So we know guys that the balance sheet contains yung elements ng natin, ng basic accounting equation, no? Assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Okay, so dito makikita natin guys yung assets, lahat ng liabilities at saka lahat ng equity, and we know that they should be equal. Dapat equal sila. Yes, thank you Kai, thank you Christian. Yeah, you're correct. Assets, liabilities, and equity. Okay, taking a look at the assets, ano yung five main parts of five main types of assets sa balance sheet? Can we define them, guys? Ano yung limang klaseng assets? Anyone? Ano ba yung mga limang assets natin sa balance sheet? Okay, cash is part of the bigger group. Ano yung Khalil? Ano yung bigger group na where cash is part of? Tingnan muna natin bigger group. Yan. Thank you. Thank you Christian, thank you Khalil. So it's part of what we call the current assets, no? Current assets siya. Okay, ano pa? Ano pa ibang quote-unquote bigger group ng assets? Okay, fixed assets, so that will be dito. No? Let's call it property, plant, and equipment or fixed assets. You're correct. No? Okay, ano pa, guys? So we have three more. Okay, correct. Thank you, Roy. So nasa pang-apat siya, intangible assets. No? Ano example ng intangible assets? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Hans. Copyright, no? Copyright, ano pa? Copyright. You have goodwill. You have patents. Okay, you have brand. Okay, etc. No, these are examples of intangible. Tama, trademark. Thank you, Christian, for including that. Trademarks. Okay. Okay, so those are your intangible assets, no? So, these are assets that, as the name suggests, cannot be touched, no? Unlike your PPE na talagang siya, physical talaga, tangible asset yan. So we have two more, guys. Ano pa ba? Major classifications of assets. You have current assets. You have another one, and then PPE, property, plant, and equipment, or fixed assets. Then you have intangible assets. And then you have, this is, say, OA. This is LTI. Okay. Operating, Joanna, Christian, operating, good answer, pero hindi siya, no? Hindi siya yung classification ng assets natin. Operating assets, hindi. Non-current, Roy, yung non-current, itong apat na to. Yan. Ito, mga non-current to. Ito current to, no? So you have this four as non-current assets. Pero ano siya? Okay, thank you, Roy. Okay. Ano yung LTI na yan? Ano yung OA? Okay, so those assets that cannot be classified otherwise, sorry, anyone answering? They're called other assets. No? Thank you, Kai. Yeah, they're correct. Other assets, and this one, it's your long. Yes, thank you, Christian. Long-term investments. Thank you, Pauline. Not only investments, it's long-term investments. Okay. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Roy. Thank you lahat sa lahat nag-answer. I really appreciate your participation, no? It means that you're really at the moment. Thank you. Okay, itong current assets, di ba, alam natin na ano yan, ilang klaseng current assets natin. We can subdivide these current assets further. 5 siya, di ba? Ano yung mga 5 yan? Of course, number 1 is, yes, cash, no? Cash. Okay. And then, second, yung trade and other receivables, that's another type, no? So, lagay natin dito trade receivables, receivables, no? Receivables, trade receivables. Okay, ano pa? AR, okay, kasama siya dito. Ano pa, guys? Meron tayong, syempre, merchandising ngayon, di ba? Anong type ng assets yan? Yes, correct. Inventory. Ako, sorry, nagkadikit-dikit na itong ano natin. Okay, so thank you, Kai. Thank you, Pauline. You're correct. Prepayments. Prepayments. And then, yung pangalawa, very close to cash. This is your cash equivalents, kasama pa rin yan sa cash or cash equivalents. Okay, short-term investments, no? Or marketable securities. Okay? So, yung Roy, minsan sinasama nila yung short-term investments, no, sa cash, kaya cash and cash equivalents. Okay? Pero let's separate it. Ito yung pinaka main na 5 types ng current assets, no? So you have cash, you have short-term investments or marketable securities. Okay? And then you have your receivables, inventory, and prepayments. Okay, ano yung inventory, guys? Inventory, we know, guys, iba yung iba yung, di ba, iba yung, kunyari, bumili yung company ng office supplies, tapos ginagamit nila sa course ng business, sa office, kunyari, that's not inventory. Kunyari, natira. Ano ba yung inventory? Ano ba yung pinaka-main attribute ng isang inventory? It's held for eventual what? Letter S, guys. Eventual. Ang pinag-aaral niya tayo ngayon, di ba? Merchandise, no? Kailan ba nagiging merchandise? Binibili tapos para ano? Para, yes, yeah, para ibenta, no? For sale. Okay? So that's what inventory is. Okay, sa isang merchandise company, usually, depende kung anong method ang ginagamit, no? I don't know if you still study yung mga periodic at saka perpetual method. Do you still do that? Inaaral pa ba yan sa accounting? Ayan, okay. Yung perpetual at saka periodic. So depende yun sa depende sa method kung how you will record inventory, di ba? Kung purchases yan or inventory. Anyway, we will not go there kasi hindi naman tayo accounting. No? That's not the main point of our lesson. Our main point is to understand first overall yung financial statements and then i-analyze natin. Alright. Inventory, pag manufacturing, guys, kasi iba yung inventory kapag merchandising. Pag manufacturing, 3 levels yung inventory, di ba? Ano yun? Pag manufacturing. Anyone, please? Ano yung levels ng inventory kapag manufacturing? Iba kayo sa merchandise or even sa service business, no? Kung, yeah, thank you, Christian. Thank you, Khalil. You're correct. Raw materials, tapos, thank you, work in process. Thank you, Christian. And then, yeah, Roy, thank you, work in process. That's correct. And then finished goods. Thank you, Christian. You're correct. No, thank you, Khalil. Thank you, Roy. Okay, acknowledging your answers. They are correct. So raw materials, work in process, finished goods. These are the 3 levels. These are the 3 layers of inventory. Okay, and lastly, ano yung prepayments, guys? prepayments, parang advance payment yan na hindi pa na expense, hindi pa nagagamit. Kunyari, bumili ng yung bond paper na ginagamit pang kung whatever expense that is, no? Bumili tapos hindi pa nagagamit, so yun ang prepaid. O kaya bumili ng insurance to cover for example vehicles, for the cars, for the trucks, no? Tapos sa buong taon parang quote unquote nagagamit yung insurance na yun. Okay, so that's an example of prepayments. Prepaid rent, advance payment, no? Okay, pero hindi pa nagamit yung service, no? Yung paggamit ng office. Okay, so punta na tayo sa income statement, guys. Anong income statement? What does it tell us? Income statement gives us the results of operations, di ba? Results of operations at a specific what? Specific. Kung ito point in time, kung yung balance sheet point in time siya, ang income statement specific okay, period of time, correct. Accounting period, yes. So it's a specific, thank you Juliet, thank you Roy, thank you Kai. Period of time as distinguished from point in time. So pag sinabing period of time, it means kunyari isang taon, isang buwan, no, period, no? Isang araw, iba gumagawa ng isang araw, okay, isang linggo, 6 months, etc. So specific period of time. Of course, we know that the income statements, dyan natin makikita yung revenues, mga sales, expenses, okay, at saka yung profit ng company. Okay, statement of cash flows, guys. What do you find in the statement of cash flows? Tells us the statement of cash flows tells us of the okay, ayaw lumabas ng pen. Okay, blank or blank of cash. Okay, syempre cash yan, no? From blank activities. Okay, so the statement of cash flows tells us of the blank or the blank of cash from, alam niyo yung yung nasa ilalim, OIF, activities. Yung nasa taas sa lang. What do you find in the statement of cash flows? You can unmute yourselves, guys, ha? Anyone? Ayun pala. Anyone, guys? Itong S or ano? So ano to? Okay, so this is your sources. Kung saan ang galing, no? Or uses of cash. Yan. Kung saan ang galing yung source ng cash at saka yung use ng cash. Saan ginamit? From what? Yan, kabisado yan, guys. From, yan. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Roy. Operating, invest. Thank you, Pauline. Operating, investing, financing. Okay? You're correct. So, yun ang statement of cash flows. Okay, so statement of changes in shareholders equity, ano lang yan, yung galaw ng movement of shareholders equity, tells us of the movement of shareholders equity from the beginning of the period up to the end of the period. Kunyari, January 1 up to December 31. Okay? And then you have the notes to the financial statements. All right. So, punta na tayo dito guys, ano natin, sa model natin. So we have this financial statement of advanced technologies, the income statement for the year ending, natin to, year ending December 31. Usually calendar year yan. If it does not end in December 31, anong tawag natin dun guys? What type of year is that? One-year period. If it ends in December 31, we call it calendar year. No? If it does not end, if it's a date other than December 31, kunyari, June 30, anong klaseng ano yan? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kai. It's a fiscal year, no? Kalilo, thank you. Fiscal year. Thank you, Roy. Fiscal year yon. Basta ang ending niya, annual ang tinitingnan natin, ha? Basta ang ending niya, December 31, calendar year. Any other date, aside from December 31, is called fiscal year. So we have here the calendar year, no? Calendar year to, for the year ending December 31. And the figures here are in thousands of pesos. Minsan makikita nyo na nakaganyan yung ano. Can you see the screen, guys? Yung sinulat ko na 000. Sometimes, oops. Ito na lang. Okay, sometimes guys, you'll see this notation. It means thousands. Pag 6 na zero yan, millions, no? So the figures here are in thousands. Therefore, pag binasa natin to, 945,000, that means this is 945 million. Another way to read it. But I'll be reading this as thousands lang guys para mas mabilis yung pagbasa ko. So you have here the income statement for 2020 and 2021. Side by side sila. Okay. Usually guys, ganito yung ganito yung you start first with the latest year, no? 2020 and then 2021. Kasi ito yung pinaka-importante, no? Yung current. Okay, so we have here sales 945. Nag-increase siya, no? Nag-increase yung yung tanong ko lang guys, ilang percent yung increase ng sales from 2019 to 2020? How many percent was the increase? How do you compute for that? Pag tinanong kayo, how many percent yung increase ng ng sales? 5%? Kai, would you like to share kung paano nakuha yung 5%?
Sir, minus ko muna yung 945,000 tapos 900,000
Yes,
and
correct.
then so makuha mo 45,000 and then i-divide mo by 900,000.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you, Kai. That's excellent, no? So ang sabi ni Kai, to get the percentage increase or decrease, the formula is, ang ginawa ni Kai, yung present value, P sub T, minus P sub T minus 1, yung prior, no? Divided by P sub T. Okay, ilagay nyo nga dito guys sa Excel. So ilalagay natin sa Excel yan. Let me just point out something. Okay, this will be equal to, magpaparenthesis muna tayo, no? This one minus this one divided by this one. So the Kai is correct, 5%. 5% increase. Okay, now as we go on guys, I'm going to teach you some quicker ways to do this in Excel. Kasi kung gagawin natin sa Excel to, ilang characters to, no? Equal, then parenthesis muna. Hindi pa pwede natin ilagay yung parenthesis, mag-error tayo. Kung tinanggal natin parenthesis dito, okay, it will give us a wrong answer. No? Kasi uunahin niya muna, i-divide niya yung G11 divide by G11. Kasi Excel follows the PEMDAS principle, yung power, and parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division. Okay, so iba na, no? Naging 94499 na. No? Okay? So, I just want to point out, guys, that the faster way to do this is, mathematically, guys, yung return, yung growth rate is simply, mali pa, PT minus 1 to 1, sorry. Simply, you can use this formula. Mas mabilis to sa Excel. Yan. Kasi distribute lang natin yung ano, guys. Distribute natin tong denominator sa each elements of the numerator. We'll get this. So in Excel, that's very easy. So this is equal to, you try it, guys, no? P sub t divided by P sub t minus 1 minus 1. Diba? So you avoid using the parentheses, no? Avoid using the parentheses. Ayan. You get the same answer. Okay? So ano lang, mga in the course of this subject, kasi Excel na tayo, no? We're going to learn many techniques that will enhance your knowledge in Excel. So parang ano to, no? Parang we're trying to shoot two birds with one stone, where we enhance our skills, of course, our knowledge in business finance, but also our sabihin natin skills sa Excel. All right, so there's a 5% increase in your sales and then your expenses. Now, my question here is, bakit kaya sininggle out yung ano, expenses excluding depreciation and amortization? Why was depreciation and amortization singled out here? Anyone, guys? Any answer? Bakit kaya nakalagay? Okay, any answer, guys? Bakit kaya sininggle out si depreciation and amortization? Bakit kaya to? No? Depreciation, amortization. What do you think is the answer? What do you think is the reason why ang dami-dami expenses, bakit si depreciation and amortization ang sininggle out, ang hiniwalay, no? So, sinama up lahat ng expenses, pinagsama-sama, except depreciation and amortization. So, there could be a reason why. Ano kaya yung guys? Any guess? Okay, sige, sagutin ko na ha. Okay. Depreciation and amortization are non-cash expenses. Okay? Non-cash sila. Pag sinabing depreciation expense na 10,000, it doesn't mean na naglabas ng pera na 10,000. Ganon din si amortization na ginagamit natin usually. These are both contra asset accounts na ginagamit natin to reduce your asset. Si depreciation ginagamit natin para i-reduce si property, plant, and equipment. Si amortization usually ginagamit natin to reduce your intangible assets. No? So, they are contra asset accounts and they're non-cash items, non-cash expenses. So, hinihiwalay natin sila because later on, pagdating natin sa statement of cash flows, kakailanganin natin kung ano yung mga non-cash expenses. Okay? All right, you have this EBITDA. Did you meet this in your accounting subjects before? Yung EBITDA na to? Paki-chat na lang, guys, kung na-meet yun na itong mention. Oh, thank you, Khalil. No? Okay, thank you, Roy. Thank you, Kai. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, first time yung siguro na-meet to, no? Yung EBITDA. So, that's earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Okay. Sa finance, guys, gamit na gamit yung measure na yan. So, that's earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization. Okay, so how do you get EBITDA? So sales less expenses is equal to your EBITDA. Expenses excluding depreciation and amortization, I mean. All right, and then minus natin si depreciation and amortization, you get your EBIT, earnings before interest and taxes. Okay, EBIT oftentimes called your operating profit kasi natanggal na lahat ng expenses except tong financing expense na to, like interest. No? Okay, so and then tatanggalin natin si interest expense. Okay, and then we have your earnings before tax, and then less tax. So here, ang ginamit na tax dito, guys, sorry, hindi ko na-update to, no? Ang ginamit natin na tax is 40%. I think the Philippine rate ngayon is 30% na lang, no? Okay, so how did you get this 35,492? Anyone? How did you get 35,492? Paano nakuha yung tax na 35,492? How do we compute for the tax? 40%? Yes, thank you, Khalil. You're correct, no? If you check, guys, 40% nitong 8873. Okay, I'll leave you to do that, guys. You multiply nyo yan, you'll get 35,492. Okay, so that's how we get the tax. Less natin, you have your net income after tax. Or this is also called your earnings after tax. Okay, so we have net income after tax at 53,238. And then sabi natin, in this position ito, either some will go to dividends. So DPO natin, dividend payout ratio. And then your retention rate, some will go to retained earnings. Dito, ang ginawa ng company, dividend as 43,300. Tapos, yung remaining flowed back to retained earnings. Okay? So how much was our dividend payout ratio? So ang dividend payout ratio natin is, how much was that? Is equal to 43,300 yung paid out as dividends divided by the net income available for tax, 81%. Okay? That means yung retention rate natin is just 19%. Okay? Approximately. Okay, clear so far, guys? So this is this divided by this. Okay. Oops. Okay, clear so far? Paki-chat nga, guys, kung may questions or clear so far. Kindly please, paki-comment naman kung clear so far tayo. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sariel. Okay, yung iba, guys, I hope I can see the comments of others. Kung clear naman so far. Hello, guys. Clear ba tayo so far? Okay, salamat. Salamat, no? Pauline, Sophia. Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You'll notice, guys, thank you, John, Jasper, Martin. You notice, guys, that sometimes I will have to pause for a while and then ask kung okay kayo so far. Kasi hindi, ang hirap ng virtual talaga, hindi ko nakikita yung ano nyo, yung reaction nyo. Baka masyado ako mabilis, no? Or baka iba sa inyo nahihiya mag-ask ng questions. I'd like to encourage you not to be ashamed, guys, no? Kasi pare-pareho naman tayo ng journey dito. Remember that we're here to help each other, to support each other. Okay? So wala tayong itatrato na question na ano na hindi maganda, no? Na less intelligent. No. Lahat ng questions dito we value. Okay? All right. So let me continue. Oh, let's now go to the balance sheet. So we have assets, liabilities, and equity. So again, side by side guys, 2020 to 2019, 2019 to 2020. Okay, so yung current assets natin, cash and cash equivalents, short-term investments, receivables, and inventories. So wala lang tayo ditong prepayments, ano? Okay? So, so these are the compositions of our current assets. And then net fixed assets. Okay? Net fixed assets natin. So, ano yung net fixed assets? How do we get net fixed assets? Paano nakukuha net fixed assets na yan? Okay, so the complete way, guys, is fixed assets, no? Fixed assets at cost yan. At cost. Tapos kunyari maraming fixed assets, guys. Sabi nyo nga kanina, nagno-note yan. Note A. Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi binibreakdown dito yung fixed assets kasi kung marami, kunyari 100 yan. Hindi natin i-identify dito lahat ng fixed assets. Kung may machinery, may equipment, usually linalagay yan sa notes. Otherwise, masyadong hahaba yung balance sheet natin. So, fixed assets at cost. Okay? Lagyan natin ang note A. Sa ilalim na ilalagay kung ano yung breakdown ng mga fixed assets niyan. Tapos, what do you find here? What do you find here, guys? Less, ano? Ano rin na less dito? Less what? Less? May less dyan eh. Para makuha natin net. What do you subtract from the fixed assets? Yung cost. Yes. Khalil, depreciation, malapit na. Pero hindi talaga depreciation. No? Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Khalil. Hindi depreciation eh. Kasi depreciation is an expense account. So, hindi natin makikita dito yung depreciation. Kasi this is, di ba, balance sheet to, di ba? And depreciation will be seen in your income statement. Pero, related siya dun sa, yan. Thank you, Kai. It's accumulated depreciation. Okay, take note, guys, of the difference. Si depreciation, it's an expense account and you will not find that in your balance sheet. Okay, ang makikita natin yung accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Yung pinagsama-samang depreciation to over the years, no? Fixed assets. Yan. Okay? Alright, each year nagkakaroon ng depreciation and then they are accumulated, pinagsasama-sama siya sa isang account na accumulated depreciation. Okay, which is, anong klase account to, guys? CA. Anong klase account siya? Yan, thank you. Contra asset account. Thank you, Khalil. It's a contra asset account. Bakit siya tinatawag na, thank you, Roy. Bakit siya tinatawag na contra asset? Guys, kasi it reduces, no? It reduces the value of the assets. Pag na-less na natin yan, anong tawag na dito? We call it now net fixed assets. Okay? Net fixed assets. Okay, remember this, guys, kasi pwedeng ito ipakita, no? Okay? Or ito, dito ang pinakita lang yung net fixed assets. But please take note that this came from this one, itong tatlong to. Fixed assets at cost, less accumulated depreciation, and then we have net fixed assets. All right? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, and then liabilities and equity, guys. You have accounts payable, okay, accruals, and then notes payable. Anong difference si accounts payable at saka ni notes payable? Notes payable, guys, security yan, no? Notes. Ibig sabihin, may document yan, may paper, nagsasabi na umutang tayo, tapos may interest yan. Itong accounts payable, walang interest to. Non-interest bearing to. Ito interest bearing. Okay? So pareho silang liability, parehong short term in this case, no? Kasi nasa current siya. Okay? So ang notes, guys, it's a security, it's an utang siya na may kasamang interest. Si accounts payable, di ba, trade payables to? And I'm sure in your accounting now, you learn, for example, yung pagbibili tayo ng kunyari ng merchandise, tapos binibigyan tayo ng terms ng supplier. Okay, di ba? Meron tayong mga 215, di ba? And 30. Ibig sabihin, we get 2% discount if we pay within 15 days. But if not, within 30 days, dapat mabayaran na natin. No? Okay, so I won't go there, guys. It's your topic in accounting. Long-term debt, guys. So this is your long-term na liability natin to. And of course, this is also interest-bearing. Can come in the form of bonds also, bonds payable. Okay, tapos ito na yung equity natin. Ito na yung equity. Whereas in your sole proprietorship, ang makikita natin dito, capital. No? Kunyari, Bob Capital. Kunyari, ako'y may-ari. No? So yung equity side nun, Bob Capital. Kung partnership, iba't ibang names. No? Okay, A Capital, B Capital, C Capital, D Capital. Kunyari, kung lima tayo doon, hanggang E Capital. Sa corporation, guys, ownership is divided into shares of stocks. Kaya ang tawag doon, common stock. Okay, it's common stock. Tapos, retained earnings, ito yung cumulated earnings throughout the period. Okay, may papakita lang ako dito. Gusto kong ano. How did we get this, guys? Ito 99,99,938. Common stock, guys, hindi nagbago. 44,444,600. Tapos itong retained earnings, saan ang galing to? Ba't naging 99,938? Okay, let me quickly show to you how we got this. So retained earnings natin nung 2019 was, this was our retained earnings, 90,000. No? 90,000. And then what happened nung 2019? Nung 2019, okay, sandali ha. 2019, at 2020, guys, there was a net income of 53,238, of which 43,000 was issued as dividends. So ilan, guys, yung ano, ilan yung plino back to operations? 9,938. Okay, so what happened was, okay, so we had retained earnings of 90,000 in the previous year, and then inad natin yung addition to retained earnings. Ito yung nadagdag sa retained earnings. Ito. Yan. Can you see this, guys? 9,938. Okay? So yung previous retained earnings, 2019, plus yung nadagdag nung 2020, there, you got 99,938. Okay, so that's how we get this. No? 99,938. Yung previous retained earnings, and then we added yung retained earnings for this current year. Yung nadagdag, 99,38. All right, let me pause for a while. Any questions? Dun sa 99,938 na yan, kung saan nanggaling yan? Clear ba? And that will form part of your statement of changes in your shareholders' equity. Yun yung isang financial statements. Doon nakapasok yung pagbaba, yung changes dun sa common stock, changes dun sa retained earnings. Yun ang makikita natin dun. Okay, any questions, guys? Paki-chat. Clear ba so far? Kung paano nakuha yung 99,938? Okay, thank you, Kai. Thank you. Yung iba, guys, kung may question kayo. Thank you, Roy. Pauline, thank you. 30 kayo, guys. Wala nang ibang ano. Wala. Sana mag-chat man lang yung iba din na ano, na clear. Thank you, Sophia, Hans. Salamat, salamat. Ninya, salamat. Okay. Sige, I hope, guys, yung iba, clear sa inyo, ha? Okay. So, okay, ito, guys, pakipalitan na lang to kasi ang ginamit natin 40%. So 40%. Okay, the first question asked you is construct the statement of cash flows and statement of retained earnings. So how do we construct the statement of cash flows? Okay, may pro forma na actually dito, guys. Ito na yung pro forma ng statement of cash flows. Ito. This one. Advanced technology, statement of cash flows. So cash flow used or provided by operating activities, cash flow used by investing, cash flow provided or used by investing, cash flow provided or used by financing. Okay, but before we can do this, guys, let me teach you a template in order for us, bago natin gawin to, no? Itong formal financial, formal statement of cash flows, let's first use this template, no? Para mas madali paggawa natin ng formal na statement of cash flows. Okay. Sa statement of cash flows, guys, ang ini-investigate natin, ano nangyari sa cash. So if we take a look at our cash in the balance sheet, we notice that there was an increase of 2250. Okay, ito yung gusto nating lumabas dun sa statement of cash flows natin, 2250. Saan ang galing yan? Saan ang galing 2250 na yan? So we're going to look at the balance sheet. We're going to look at how the changes in the balance sheet affected operating, investing, financing. So yung mga sources and uses of cash. Okay? Yun ang titingnan natin. Okay? So let's start first, guys. Let's already construct our template. So magsisimula muna tayo saan, guys? So we're going to start with net income after tax. From the income statement, okay, before I answer this nga pala, sorry. Okay, did I write it here? Okay, sagutin muna natin to. What financial statements are needed to construct, okay, sorry for the grammatical error. Okay, to construct the statement of cash flows for 2020. Ano yung financial statements na kailangan natin? So to construct the cash flow for 2020, kailangan natin, we need the balance sheet of 2020. No? We need also the balance sheet of 2019. And also we need the income statement of 2020. Okay, ito yung mga tatlong kailangan natin, guys, na financial statement para magawa natin si statement of cash flows. Okay? We need the balance sheet 2020, 2019. And we need the income statement of 2020. So if you're going to construct the statement of cash flows for 2019, kailangan natin balance sheet 2019, balance sheet 2018. Sulat ko nga yun. Just to clarify this, if we are going to construct the cash flow for 2019, kailangan natin balance sheet 2019, balance sheet 2018, income statement 2019. So these are the three financial statements that we need for us to be able to construct the cash flow for 2019, I mean. So since we're asked to construct the statement of cash flows for 2020, ang kailangan natin, balance sheet 2019, balance sheet income statement, hello, can you hear me, guys? Hello? Okay, sorry kasi biglang naglabas yung na hindi raw na-detect yung yung audio. Okay. All right, so let's start already. Tingnan natin, guys. Ang goal natin sana umabot tayo sa totals ito para at par lang tayo dun sa ibang sections. Gusto natin umabot dito sa totals na to. Okay, so let's start. Net income after tax galing sa operations yan, no? Yan, 53,238. Okay? So we'll start with that. And then net income after tax, guys, is it equivalent to cash? Paki-chat. Equal to cash ba yan, yung net income after tax? Yes or no? Net income after tax, is it equal to cash? Answer, guys. answer? Okay, thank you, Hans, no? Yeah, thank you, Theo. Hindi siya cash. Bakit? Thank you, Roy. Kasi, di ba, when we constructed your statement of income statement, di ba? May mga dinagdag tayo doon na non-cash revenues at saka may binawas tayo ng non-cash expenses. So yung net income after tax, it's not equivalent to cash. Okay? So in our income statement, guys, wala naman tayong information na may dinagdag tayo ng non-cash revenues. Wala naman. Ang assumption dito, yung sales natin dito is all in cash. Okay? But if there were revenue items na dinagdag dito na hindi naman siya cash, then dapat ibabawas natin yon. No? Pero meron tayong dito non-cash expense. Ito, depreciation and amortization. Non-cash expense yan. Okay, so ano gagawin natin dyan, guys? Binawas kasi natin yan. Anong gagawin natin dyan para i-convert natin yung net income after tax into cash? Okay, paki-unmute na lang, guys. What are we going to do with this? I-adjust natin si net income after tax. No? We will have to adjust our net income after tax kasi hindi siya cash eh. Pero ang ginagawa natin, statement of cash flows. Diba? So what do I do with this, guys? Yung depreciation and amortization. Will I add it back or subtract it? Paki-chat na lang, please. What are we trying to do? We're trying to convert to net income after tax to cash flow. Sabi nga natin, hindi cash flow yan kasi in order to arrive at net income after tax, nagdagdag tayo, nagbawas tayo ng mga items na non-cash. No? So, si depreciation and amortization, expense yan, we will have to adjust net income after tax by putting back depreciation. So, should I add it or subtract it? Okay, Theo, thank you for the answer. Kaso, Theo, take note na binawas natin siya, di ba? Yung depreciation, binawas natin siya. Okay, we deducted depreciation. Okay, so, yeah, thank you, Theo, for the reaction. So, ano dapat ang gawin natin? Sige, baguhin mo yung answer mo. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're correct, no? You're correct. Tama 'yon, no? Kasi binawas natin siya, edi parang na-understate na yung ano natin. So i-add back natin siya. Okay, so that's the point there. Thank you, Theo. Thank you. I really appreciate the answer, no? So we have to add back depreciation, okay? I-link ko na is equal to yan. Basok mo kasi parang masyado malaki. Alright, there we go, guys, no? Okay, so operating, simulan natin sa net income after tax, then we add back depreciation. So dito, guys, positive, ibig sabihin, source yun, no? Pag negative, use of cash, pag pabawas ang cash. Okay, let's go now to next. Okay, liitan ko lang to, guys, para mas madali natin makita. Short-term investments, guys. Ano nangyari sa short-term investments? Remember, ang ini-investigate natin, itong 2250, saan nanggaling yan? Okay, short-term investments. Okay, what happened to short-term investments? From 3.6, naging 3.8. So, nag-increase ba siya o nag-decrease? Yes, increase by 200. Thank you, Roy. Nag-increase siya ng 200. Okay? Now, ang tatanungin natin, saan siya papasok? Operating ba yan? Investing ba yan? Financing ba yan? Okay. Roy, thank you. Investing. Pero ang investing, ano yan? Mga long-term assets like property, plant, and equipment. Yun ang pinapasok natin sa investing. So, thank you, Kai. Since interest-bearing to, guys, may interest na konti, no? So, this should form part of your financing. No? Okay. So, ang tanong sa kanya, ano ba siya? Source of cash or use of cash? Kasi pag source siya ng cash, positive dapat ilalagay natin dyan. Pag use of cash siya, dapat, dapat negative, no? Diba? So, 3.6, naging 3.8. Okay? Source of cash ba yan? Or use of cash? Source. Okay, thank you. Thank you, yan. Okay, good, good. So, you got it, no? Source of cash. So, dapat positive ba o negative? Positive, yes. Good, good. So, we're going there, no? So, anong gagawin ko? Para positive to, ito na lang, ano? This minus this, okay? Alright. Next. Receivables natin, guys. Tama tayo so far, no? Tama, guys? Any questions so far? It's a short-term investments natin. Bakit hindi nyo nakuha yung formula, guys? No? So, sinabtract ko lang, ano? Okay. Source of cash, so positive. Okay, any questions? Questions muna bago ako tumuloy. Hello? Any questions?
Hello, sir. Sir?
Sorry, yes?
Ba't para sir may parenthesis, sir? Di pa babaliktad yata.
Ay, pag may parenthesis ba, ano ba yan?
Negative.
Negative pala. Negative ba to? Sige. Sorry.
Sir.
Baliktad. Ay, naku, sorry. Ay, naku. Medyo pasensya na, guys, ha. Yeah, may tanong din si Kai. Okay. So, it should be what? It should be equal to this minus this, no? Tama, no?
Sir, baliktad po ata.
Baliktad? Bakit? Ano ba dapat?
2020 po yung nasa left.
So, anong dapat gawin ko?
F28 po minus G28 po.
Okay. Sige, sorry. Ay, wait. Ito? Ayun.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tama, guys? Tama, no?
Sir, dapat po ba positive yung lalabas, sir? According sa inyo?
Di ba sabi niyo source eh?
Opo, sir. Negative po ata pag parenthesis kasi po naka-negative F28 po kayo plus G28. Dapat F28 lang po minus G28.
Ganun ba?
Kasi yung 2020 po yung nasa F column, sir.
Okay. So, hindi ko alam yun, ha? So, mali ito, guys. So, dapat ano? Dapat?
F28 po minus.
F28. Okay, wait. Dali, ha? Makikita niyo yung mouse ko?
Yes po.
Ba't tayo pumasok sa F28?
Ayaw niya po pumasok, sir.
Hindi ko maano. Parang may shield yung F28. Ayaw. Ayaw. Ba't ganun, guys? Sa inyo ba na-access yung F28? Type ko na lang. Pero guys, as much as possible, wag tayong magta-type ng absolute figures, di ba? Dito, ha? Ano disadvantage, guys, kung ilalagay natin kunyari ganito? Kung ilalagay kong ganyan. Ano disadvantage yan? Ang disadvantage yan ganyan, guys, in case baguhin natin to, magbago tong figures na to. Diba? Mas maganda kung ililink natin dun sa cell mismo so that if that specific cell changes, then automatic na yung natin. Automatic din nagbabago yung model natin. Okay? Sige. So, ayaw pumasok dito eh. Okay, guys? Okay na? Hello? Source of cash, no? So, negative 200. Ay, ba't negative? Ano ba to? Kanina pa to kailangan i-negative ko muna to para makapasok ako dito. Tapos saka ako ipasok to. Yan. Okay? Any questions, guys? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Oo.
I think na lang, sir, para mas okay po. Negative G28 plus F28 po.
Negative G28 plus F28. Sige.
Yes, sir.
Is equal to negative
Negative
G28 plus...
G28, sir. Baliktad, sir.
Baliktad.
Negative G28 po.
Okay,
Ito kung
sige.
36. Negative.
Yan. Wala kayo napansin, guys?
Sir.
Ah, sino to?
Christian po.
Sino?
Christian po.
Christian, wala kayo napansin?
Ano, sir?
Inaasar ko kayo. Wala. Ayun, patumawan si Teo. Inaasar ko kayo, guys, eh. Ayaw tanggapin na Excel kasi nga mali yung answer natin, guys. Mali. Oh, sabi na kaya pa. Bakit? Sige, explain ko Okay, paano ba tayo magkakaroon ng short-term investments? Pupunta ka sa broker. Tapos, nare 1,000, bibili tayong treasury bill ng government fund. Anong ibibigay mo sa broker, guys? Para magkaroon tayo ng 1,000 na short-term investments. What will you give to the broker, guys? Come on, tell me. Madali lang yan. Hello? You can do this, guys. You can do this. You can do this. Di ba magbibigay ka ng cash? Siyempre, guys. Hello, guys. Hello, do you get me? Guys. Oh, but silent na tayo? Hello? Silent na tayo, guys?
Yes, sir.
Oh, di ba?
Totoo na po ba yan, sir?
Totoo na kasi, di ba, short-term investment. Paano ka mag-short? Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng short-term investment? Magbibigay ka ng pera, di ba? Tapos bibigyan ka ng proof na may investment ka doon, di ba? Treasury bill kunyari. 30 days, whether 91 day or 180 days. Di ba? So what did you give in return for that security? Oh, Christian, sige. What did you give in return to the broker for the security of having this short-term investment? Christian?
Sir.
What did you give in return to have this security?
Cash, sir.
Cash, oh, syempre. Hindi, alam nga namang bibigyan ka ng broker ng security na to. Tapos wala kang binigay sa kanya. Parang bumili lang tayo, no? Okay, so noong 2019, 3,600 yung treasury bill natin o yung short-term investment. Tumaas siya noong 2020, naging 3,800. Net source of cash o net use of cash? Guys.
Net, sir.
Ha? Net
Use po.
Use of cash, no? Guys, ang galing ng Excel ko ayaw yung pumayag na pumasok yung F28 muna tapos minus G28. Ayaw niya, no? So dapat hanapin nyo ganyan, guys, yung ganyang klase Excel na pag mali yung unang papasukin nyo na cell, hindi siya makapasok sa ganun. Hello, guys? Okay pa ba tayo?
Noted, sir.
Opo, sir.
Sir, sir. Pwedeng penging copy niyan, sir.
Oh, isa-send ko. Isa-send ko tong Excel na to sa inyo, guys, ha? Gamitin nyo, ha?
Advance po ba yan, sir? 2030?
Advance to. 2032 na to.
Sige, sir.
Okay, sige. AR, ito. Operating Investing Financing. AR, guys. Operating Investing Financing. Saan ba natin na-generate yung AR? Di ba sa sales, di ba? So that should form part of, yes, operating. Thank you. Thank you for your answers. Correct. Yan. Ito operating. So after asking kung operating investing financing ba siya, ang tatanungin natin, source of cash ba siya o use of cash? So nakabenta tayo, dati 270, tapos nag-increase yung, naging 283,500, di ba? So there was an increase of 13,500. Okay, so that would be source, di ba? Okay, thank you. Source, so this is equal to, hindi na naman tayo, baka. Okay, next, guys. Inventories. Ay, mali na naman ako. Lagi akong nagkakamali dito. Give up na ako. Ayaw talaga. Okay? Ang tahimik nyo, guys. Ang tahimik nyo. Parang naghihintay kayo ng ano. Naghihintay kayo ng joke na naman. Sa ano nangyari? Oh, bakit? It's a prank. It's a prank. Thank you, Kai. Oo, guys. Bakit? Bakit use of cash siya? Oh. Sir, baka joke lang tong buong discussion natin. Imagine, ano? Late na nga ako dumating, tapos ano pa? Ginoke ko lang kayo. Oh, guys, bakit use of cash siya? Bakit? Kayo mag-explain sa akin. Bakit use of cash? Any volunteer, guys? Cash is credited. Okay? Ibig sabihin, guys, oh, kasi di pa po siya liquid. Oh, di ba hindi pa nakokolekta? Di ba? Yes, Kai, thank you. Hindi pa nagtatanggap, nagbenta tayo, tapos hindi pa nakokolekt. Nasaan yung cash dapat? Nasaan yung cash? Ando doon pa sa buyer, andun pa sa customer natin. Wala pa sa atin. Di ba? Either kung merchandising yan, bumili tayo ng merchandise, okay? Gumamit tayo ng cash doon, di ba? Tapos binenta natin, hindi pa natin natatanggap yung payment ng ano natin kasi nagbigay tayo ng terms. Hindi pa natin natatanggap. So, is it a net source of cash? Net use of cash? Tell me, guys, is it a net use of cash? Net source of cash? Kasi nag-increase yung receivables natin eh. So, ano answer, guys? Source of cash or use of cash? Chat nyo, guys, dito sa chat box natin. I want to see that answer. Source of cash or use of cash? Nag-increase yung receivables. Source of cash, use of cash. Yan. Thank you. Thank you, Theo. Yes. Good. Kai, Christian, thank you. Final answer. Yes. Yeah. Final answer na. No? Final answer natin yan. Use of cash yan. Does that make sense, guys? Nagbenta tayo tapos hindi pa naman natin nakokolect. Di ba? So, wala pa naman yung cash natin. Take note, cash flow statement to. Tinitingnan natin yung sources and uses of cash. Okay, next, inventory. 135 to 141. Ito, obvious to, guys, ha? Operating, investing, financing. Saan siya? Lagay nyo kung operating tapos use of cash, investing, or source. O, yung dalawang answer, guys, quickly. Inventories. Operating, investing, financing, kasama nyo na yung source of cash or use of cash. Go, guys, go. Okay. Thank you, Theo. You're correct. Yan. Thank you, Christian. Yan. Okay, you're getting it, no? Hans, thank you. Tama kayong tatlo, no? Yan. Roy, thank you. Yes. Operating siya, tapos use of cash. Definitely, guys, kasi tumaas yung inventory, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, gumamit tayo ng cash para makakuha ng inventory. So, that should be a use of cash. Okay, operating. Yan. Okay, good. We're making progress. Tapos, net fixed assets, guys, dito. Ano nangyari? Again, sabihin kung operating, investing, financing, tapos your use or source of cash. Ito, net fixed assets. Operating, investing, financing, and use or source of cash. Net fixed assets. Guys, come on, you can do this. I-goal natin, guys, na matapos natin hanggang dulo. Mabilis lang to. Yan, investing, use of cash. Very good. Correct. Tama kayo, guys, no? Hans, Kai, Christian, you're correct. This is investing, kasi PPE yan eh, or fixed assets. And then it will be a use of cash kasi nag-increase, di ba? Bumili tayo, no? So this should be investing, and then 315 minus 330. So, yan, 15,750. Okay, next. O, liabilities na tayo. Liabilities. O, again, answer guys, kung ano siya, operating, investing, financing, tapos source and use. Go. Itong accounts payable, from 90 naging 94,500. Yan, thank you, Khalil. Medyo divided yung house, ano yung iba? Source daw, yung iba use. Okay, explain ko na lang ha. Accounts payable. Ano yung accounts payable guys? Utang, no? Utang. Parang bumili tayo ng ng inventory or merchandise, pero nasan yung pera? Nasa atin pa. Hindi pa natin binabayad. So technically, since nasa atin pa yung pera, hindi pa natin binabayad dun sa it's a source of cash. No? Take a look at this as an utang, no? So hindi pa natin binabayaran, so this should be operating tapos source of cash. Yan. Okay? Source of cash. Clear? Dali, ano ko lang to i-freeze ko. Okay, next. Accruals, guys. Ang accruals, guys, are expenses that have already been incurred but not yet paid. Again, guys, yung not yet paid. No? So ano to? Operating, investing, financing, and source or use of cash. Na-expense na natin. Hindi pa natin nababayaran si Meralco. Okay, correct. Operating siya, source of cash. That's good. So this is equal to, so dapat positive siya. Yan. Okay? Source of cash, 2250. Notes payable, from 9,000 naging 26,262. Which activities? And then source of cash ba o use of cash? Operating, kanina ba to, Pauline? Itong notes payable. Okay, since interest bearing yan guys, it's source kaso it's not operating but rather interest bearing to guys. Pag interest bearing, lagi siyang papasok sa financing, no? It's equal to, and it's a source of cash kasi nag-increase yung utang natin eh. Ibig sabihin, nakakuha tayo ng cash, nag-increase yung utang. Alright, so notes payable, financing yan, okay, source of cash, nag-increase yung utang. Long-term debt guys, ganun din, no? Financing siya, and then source of cash din kasi nag-increase. Nadagdagan yung utang natin. Alright, dito na tayo. Common stock guys, wala nangyari, no? Pero kung kunyari tumaas yung common stock, ibig sabihin, nagdagdag ng investors, so that should form under financing, and since pareho lang naman siya, so zero lang yan. Pero linagay ko rin din para alam nyo kung sakaling magbago yung common stock, saan siya papasok. Retained earnings guys, hindi na kasama yan kasi andi dito yan, kasama yan ng net income after tax, part of that. Last guys, last. Okay, wala na, yun na. Yun yung natin. So, we're now ready guys. It's time. May I have one last minute, guys? Sum up natin to. Enter. So, sa operating guys, meron tayong total source of cash na 72,838. Sa investing, I'm just adding everything. Investing, total use of cash, 15,750. Financing, total source of cash, 21,652. Yung mga positive dito, source yun. Yung mga negative, use of cash. And then if we sum this up, guys, okay. What's the total, guys? Source of cash or use of cash? Positive, so use source of cash, di ba? Pero guys, Houston, we have a problem. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, Pauline. No? Houston, we have a problem. Bakit? Kasi guys, dapat ang sabi dito, dapat ang change ng cash, 2250 lang. Bakit ang lumalabas dito, 78,650? Okay? So next meeting guys, we're going to finish this. And pakitingnan na lang din guys yung ibang natin dito, measures natin, yung NOWC, TOC, ito sa ilalim, no? And NOPAT, yan, EVA, MVA, free cash flow. That will be the subject of our discussion. I-targetin natin guys na next meeting sa Tuesday, matapos natin lahat to. And then another lesson on Thursday, another Excel file. And then most probably our first quiz, long quiz, will be next week, either Tuesday or Thursday. No? Kasi matatapos na natin module 2 nun. Alright, with that guys, maraming salamat. I hope you learned something. Reviewin nyo to guys ha. Tapos next meeting, aaralin natin kung bakit kaya hindi tumutugma tong yung 2250 natin at saka ito. So ibig sabihin something's wrong here guys. May mga adjustment dapat tayo na gagawin dito. Okay? Let me stop recording.